myself. I filled it in. No time for that doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss.
Pacers were going to make the playoffs. It didn't end so well for you, brother.
If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool.
You fell asleep at the trade deadline when we had a trade to get Kyle Lowry out of here.
They told me I couldn't do it. They told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie. I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like Toby, keep on running. Toes they gonna take
this is what we got to tell.
I've been fan doing this.
I filled it in. No time for that doubt. They counted me out. I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss. I pay for the cost. I'm winning to win. Yeah. Refuse to lose. I'm built to win. Apply myself. I filled it in. No time for that doubt. They counted me out. I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss. I'm paying the cost. I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse.
Welcome to Refuse to Lose Sports. My name is Joe Jordan. We have a great episode for y'all today. NFL free agency, legal tampering happened yesterday, and the phones were ringing. We had news back to back. Like Coach said backstage, one of the craziest NFL free agencies we've seen in a while. So we got to talk about it. We're going to talk about our biggest winners and biggest losers. But, we got to address the teams that's on the show, Cowboys, Commanders, and 49ers. But before we get to these topics, I got my boy Missy Get Done Son here, co-host of In the Red Corner, and filling in for, Dave's Doghouse. He's not here. We got my boy, Mr. FFC himself, fantasy football with Coach Coombs. How y'all doing, fellas?
Doing good. I'm doing good. Not as good as some other teams in the NFC East outside of the Giants, but I'm doing good. What's up, Coach? What's up, Joe?
What's good, y'all? I'm doing amazing. I'm gonna give y'all a little feel of what today's show finna be like.
Uh-oh.
Ain't no chair. I'm standing. Ain't no chair. I'm on the move like we was with the free agency. I'm all over the place. It's about to get crazy.
Man, boy, Chris. Let's go. Hey, it's been a while since Coach Coombs been on, so we're about to have a great episode. But look, make sure y'all like this video. Matter of fact, before we do that, Tomo, it's Tuesday. You know what we do on Tuesday. Dave's not here. Let's turn up one time.
I thought you were going to say we're going to do it like the 49ers front office.
Turn me up.
Woo. All right, so look, y'all. Like this video on 3 platforms because we are streaming this on 3 platforms, YouTube, X, and Facebook, right? So like all 3 videos. Make sure you follow us on all of our social media platforms. You can follow us anywhere at Refuse to Lose Sports except for X. You have to type in at R2L Sports and share this video with anybody so they can come on and watch this show live with you, because you can be involved in the show by being in the comment section. We can see all the comments y'all will be putting out throughout the show. And last but not least, enjoy the rest of the show. Tomo, floor is yours.
Is it though? Because right now I need to find out if I need to be aggressive or go all in or be selectively aggressive. So we're going to selectively talk about this next team because, like I said, the NFC East is turned up in so many ways outside of the Giants. But Michael Parsons has been on Twitter, and he's like, hey, man, every time somebody signed a deal, he turned into somebody new. And just like that, he'd be like, when I'm going to get my money, though? So we're not going to say too much. The Cowboys right now are on a Parsons pursuit because they're trying to selectively fill slots in every single void that Jerry Jones doesn't want to fill. And we could talk about some of the players that they signed back. We're going to talk about some of the players that they actually signed. And we're going to talk about some of the players that left. But just like 2015, the Cowboys weren't very active on the first day of free agency. Remember Greg Hardy? Shout out to my boy Joe for looking out on that one. But the Cowboys' departures right now, they let Zach Martin retire. What you got over there?
The Ravens have signed DeAndre Hopkins for 1 year.
What?
Something they should have did last year. But that's okay. We a year later, but that's fine.
What?
Okay.
Yeah.
See, look, we on air. I'm gonna let you post that in the chat, man, because that's something that Carl been looking for a long time, man.
Show on FFC.
There you go, live on air, and this is why y'all need to be a part of those Instagram chats as well, because you're gonna wait about 5 more minutes and hear it on ESPN later on. But Cowboys let Zach Martin retire. They let Jordan Lewis walk to go to the Jaguars. Offensive tackle Chume Adoga went to the Jaguars. Chauncey Golston, he went to the Giants. I don't know what's up with our pass rushers and going to our rivals, but that's another story for another day. Meanwhile, they signed Solomon Thomas from the Jets for 2 years. They got offensive lineman Rob Jones. They went and got Javonte Williams, and they recently just signed Peyton Turner. So those are some signature signings as far as free agents. Retained the players that they retained. Now this is when Jerry told y'all he going all in on our guys. So we got Osa Diggy. He came back. Kevontae Turpin signed today. Marquise Bell, long snapper. That was the first person that signed. They were like, hey, look what we did. We got a long snapper. Trent said CJ Goodwin. I was going to say Godwin. Goodwin is back. Tyrus Wheat, Brock Hoffman, Marquise Bell, and Wanye Thomas. Those are a few of the names that the Cowboys actually retained. Now, I know you all want me to come on here and tell you how I feel about this free agency, but if you're a Cowboy fan, like I said, since 2015, we already know what the deal is. We ain't signing no big names. Selectively aggressive, meaning like you want to go get some McDonald's, but do you got McDonald's money? If you got McDonald's money, we got spaghetti at home, and that's what we're going to eat. We're going to eat some of them canned soups, some sardines. If you know about sardines, we can get some Spam. You like a little bit of Spam, but you can fry it. So there's a lot of things you can do with Spam. You can do some things with bologna as well. So that's what the Cowboys is doing. They about to give us a wish sandwich. If you know about bruh, man, because you're going to wish you signed DeAndre Hopkins. You're going to wish they went out and got Cooper Kupp. You're going to wish that they went and got an actual running back that was on one of those big names. But they just going to put together a group of guys who were probably coming off of injuries, but they were first-round picks maybe 6 years ago. And they like, maybe they can get something back. But just like that lemon that sit out front of your granddaddy house, they've been working on it all year. It might start up. And if it crank, it's going to get you to the store. Might not get you back home, but it's going to get you to the store. And that's what the Cowboy free agency looks like.
And before you go, Coach, I want to ask you a question, Tomo.
What?
What's your Cowboys? Stephen Jones last year. This is what
$6 million?
Huh?
They signed him for $6 million?
I guess he felt like, I ain't winning no ring with Mahomes. Let me go with Lamar and try to help my man out.
Cowboys really don't spend money. Go ahead, man. That just made me mad.
So,
because that ain't nothing. Cowboys can pay that.
Exactly.
That's how much I gave Greg Hardy. Randy, what's his name? Greg Hardy. What's his name? Greg Hardy, right? Hardy.
Yeah.
Yeah, gave him $6 million.
Hell yeah. Oh my goodness. Go ahead, Joe.
All right. This is what Stephen Jones said. He said, we're going to, like you said, we're going to be selectively aggressive out here. Obviously, our goals historically have been to try to fill as many of your musts and needs before the draft. We didn't get that totally accomplished last year, but certainly that's always the goal. Meaning, when he said, I was like, you know what? They didn't do it last year, so maybe this year they'll do it. Restructured Dak's contract, restructured CeeDee Lamb's contract, got $50 million sitting right there. So, what's going on? Is he trying to pay Micah? Is he waiting to pay Micah at the right time? Talk to me, John.
If he actually signed Micah, that adds to the cap if he does it right now. So that technically would help them with more money on the cap. But again, they're playing this waiting game. And playing that waiting game, you got two big names that already landed. What Myles Garrett say? I want to trade. I don't even want to talk to nobody from the Browns front office until you all trade me. And they said, well, we got 40 mil. He said, I was just joking. I'll take 40. I'll take 40 mil. I ain't gonna turn down $40 million.
Sell out.
And then you turn around and let Max Crosby, who was on the trade block, say, you know what? I really don't want to leave Vegas. Now he get 35. Yeah, you got to bring Coach back up his reaction prices right now.
Say, you know, today, baby.
So with that being said, they keep waiting and the price keeps going up, and they probably banking on, because Micah said, I don't want to be the highest paid. But when the price go up to 40,
you ain't
I'm
gonna
just saying, And then everybody keeps talking about that quote where Michael said he don't want to be the highest paid, but he said, I don't want to be the highest paid unless you're going out to give me more help. Myles Garrett was that help that he was talking about. He just signed for 40. I know you're not about to go give me no help because I just watched you did what you did for these first 2 days. Give me my 45, and I see y'all in the offseason.
Dang. Go ahead, Coach.
Look here. You know who keep that money on the top? Jerry. Okay. The Cowboys out here doing cowboy things. They of all the running backs that were sitting out there, you got Javonte Williams. Now, I was a Javonte Williams fan when he was a rookie, and I saw his amazing numbers on the side of Melvin Gordon because they put up the exact same numbers each week. They literally both had 100 yards each week. Like, it was crazy. One leaves, one stays, he gets hurt. All right, we got to wait. He comes back that next year and looks like complete booty. Just can't run through a hole, can't get outside, dropping balls in the passing lanes. It was just like, okay, Javonte, we get it. You're not good. You had an okay season last year because you actually had a quarterback, which I'm like, you should have been better with this quarterback. I mean, you all know I will cut Cortland Sutton down the minute I can. I didn't open my mouth all season about Buddy. Not all season, because somehow he loves his quarterback, and Cortland Sutton had a great season. I don't think I've ever said that in his entire career playing football. So if he can have a great season, why is yours subpar? Now you go to the Cowboys for like no money, right? So you're telling me for no money at all, you're going to run through that number one defensive line in Philly? With no money at all, you're going to run through that Washington line? Nah. You might get through the Giants, but I don't know. I got to see what they do, see what they put together. Their defensive line ain't that bad. So what I'm saying is, it's like, Javonte Williams, what you going to the Cowboys to do? Just play football? You just want to make sure you on somebody's team, and that's who you went to? There were so many other. You didn't want to be a backup. I get it. So you went to the Cowboys to be a starting running back. Well, you about to look about as bad as Trash Can Z. I don't know what to tell you because you're not big and you definitely ain't strong. And that division is it's like everybody has a defensive line. The Cowboys have a defensive line. Like, everybody has a defensive line in this division. You ain't running through neither one of them. You're not. So that signing for me was lame. It was lame. Like, you have no answers outside of CD Lamb. You have nothing. And you think Javonte Williams is supposed to complement what? You're gonna put all your eggs in the basket in the draft? Well, that's not gonna happen. You wait. I don't know what you wait on, Jerry. You cheat. You the GM, you the owner, and you are the coach, and you still cheat. I don't get it. You pay yourself and you still being cheap. I don't understand the motives of the Cowboy. He's so fixated on their penises. Like, I don't get it. Like, I don't understand what these Cowboys out here doing, bro. Like, this is I don't know what the measurement is here. Like, it's bad over here, bro. It's bad in Dallas. Like, your quarterback has deficiencies that have not been answered. Your offensive line just took a drastic hit. At best, you win 7-9 games. At best. That's just depending on your schedule. That's depending on if that defense can carry this team. But then you got Michael Parsons in Twitter, just because Washington signed a left tackle, one of the best left tackles in the NFL, by the way. And his exact phrase was, "What the F?" Yeah. You know what that phrase meant? I got to go up against this twice now? Yeah, buddy, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
All right,
You went mute.
YouTube probably said, you know what?
I think I mute yourself.
Oh yeah, you mute on StreamYard. There you go.
All right. My coach
Yeah.
fixing that. Go ahead, Joe.
Are we good now?
Yeah.
Yeah, hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can.
All right, man. Jerry Jones and the Joneses, they are running this like a mom and pop store. You know that corner store in your neighborhood when it's owned by the family, and they never really change nothing. It's the same thing all the time. They never like go with the new trends or nothing. It's just the same old recipe, same old thing every day. When you got a franchise, you're willing to adapt to the times. You are. You willing to do that. You willing to adjust and adapt. Jerry Jones not doing that. And when you ran like a mom and pop store, it's a bad thing because you're not going to fire yourself. So that's the problem right there. Now, my only issue with the Cowboys, I don't have a big issue with the Cowboys not signing nobody as like a marquee name. What I said, they made some signings, but my mindset is like they freed up the cap space to sign Michael Parsons. But then my only issue is why isn't Michael Parsons signed yet? Especially
They're waiting till after training camp for the new money so they can pay out of that new money.
No, this what they waiting for. This what they waiting for because we just saw Max Crosby get paid $36 million. Woo! $36 million a year.
Wait till we talk about that.
And then Myles Garrett gets $4 million more a year, $40 million. So it's just gonna keep rising up, just like CD. And then what Jerry's waiting for is when all this free agency start die down, when there's no news going on for real. Boom! Like this time, and that's how you know headlines Cowboys.
Yeah, just so the Cowboys can be in the headlines.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Oh, like he did Dak.
That is a very Jerry.
Like he did Dak, like he did CD. I mean, that's what he does. So that's my only issue with the Cowboys. But I understand if they don't pay Micah this year, then I'm lost. I'm like, what are you doing?
Wake up. Wake up.
That's what they need to do. Wake up. Wake up. Meanwhile, another franchise found a way to wake up. And they wake up. What is it? Wake up, bake up, get your cake up, because that's what they're doing right now. Jaden Fool. I had to bring it back for you, Joe. I had to bring it back because that's the way y'all willing and dealing out here. Adam Peters, what you say? Let him cook. Adam cooking. He cooked during the season. He cooking after the season. And the draft still ain't even here yet, and he cooking. Now I can talk about all the things that Adam Peters has done, and I got to do it because I talked about it with the Cowboys. So the first thing we got was they traded for Debo, 49er ties. Some people would say they yell collusion, but hey, at the end of the day, collusion turns it. Both start with C, cooking. And then they traded for Laramie Tunsil. We just said, Coach just told you about that, one of the best left tackles in the league. And then they found a way to say, hey, Bobby, no, Bobby, you can come back. They said, Zach Ertz, you can run it back. Tressway, former MVP of the Commanders, you can run it back.
There it is.
They got John Bates, Jeremy Nichols, and they got the kicker back. Because remember, y'all had kicking woes at first. Y'all said, we found one. You ain't going nowhere. You're going to stay right here with us. Then they called the 49ers again and said, hey, that defensive tackle, Kinlaw, you can come on over here too. Then they went and found a safety, underrated too. Will Harris, that's another move right there. So, Joe, out of all these moves, your team is not being selectively aggressive. They're being aggressive. How you feeling?
Man, trusting the process. I'm trusting the process. Shout out to my brother J-Mo. Shout out to Philadelphia. 76ers, that is. I mean, am I surprised, Tomo and Coach? No. I knew this was going to happen. We were aggressive last year, but it was a lot of one-year deals to guys who are trying to redeem themselves. Guys like Austin Eckler and stuff like that, Zach Ertz. And everybody thought they were bad signings. Come to find out, they were good signings. Jeremy Chin got a new contract. De'Ami Brown got a new contract. Shout out to y'all, all right? And then this year, the moves that we are making, first, like you said, we got Debo. We're like, okay, cool. We talked about that. Two moves that we did that bring people back. We bought Tressway. Obviously, that was going to happen. Tressway, we bought Zach Ertz, and we bought Bobby Wagner. Those are three like of our leaders of our team. Like Tressway is the longest tenured commander, so you got to keep him around. Then you got Zach Ertz on the offensive side of the ball leader, and you got Bobby Wagner who's running that defense, both on the one-year contract. And they both, all three of them wanted to be here. Bobby Wagner actually said, if I wasn't coming to the Commanders, I was going to retire. Right? So that was that. Right? Also, we got Bates and Gonzalez. You mentioned that. But we get Kinlaw. And I'm not going to lie. Kinlaw is probably the one move when I'm like, did we pay him too much? That's the only thing I'm thinking about. I think he's getting like $16, $17 million a year with us. We get rid of Jonathan Allen and we get him. It was basically like a swap. That's basically what we did, right? And shout out to J.A. from going to the Vikings. So Kinlaw move, that's the only one I'm like, okay with the money. But then we had the money to spend. I'm not going to make a big deal of it because we still got like $40 million cap space left. But Kinlaw is a good run stopper. That's what I like about it, right? And we had trouble stopping the run. So he fills that hole. And keep that rotation of DTs coming. We still got Payne and we still got Johnny Newton. But then we get Lermy. Tunsil. Woo! That's a big move. We talking about one of the best tackles in the NFL. First of all, Texans, what are y'all doing? We're going to get to that segment, though. Y'all got to be one of the biggest losers. And I ain't talking about the TV show. Y'all had to be. But Tunsil he's a Pro Bowler, 3 year in a row Pro Bowler. Literally the Texans' best tackle. He's one of the best tackles in the league. And like they put his numbers and stuff next to Lane Johnson, and it's neck and neck. He like that. And that's my boy blind spot. He like to go right. That's cool. My left good. Okay, my left good. We straight. We can roll out to the right all day. With my left straight. I ain't got to roll out to the left at all. We got him. Now we can start double team on the other side of the ball. We can move Coleman over as a guard or put him on the other side. I love it. You know, so and then the Will Harris one, that's an underrated one in my opinion. He basically filled in for Jeremy Chin, and we only paying him $8 million a year. That's crazy. $8 million a year, right? $8 million a year, and he's more of a like he could play like as a cornerback or a safety. Like he's a hybrid type player. You know, and a lot of Saints fans are upset that he's gone. They say he was the fire starter. He was the guy that brought the energy. I'm like, man, that's what we need. So we ain't done. We far from done. Only thing about the Lermy trade is that the capital we gave up. But that tells me this team is trying to win now. Like they're trying to win these next couple of years while JD's under this rookie contract, and that's smart. Man, what the Rams said a few years ago? Man, I'm no bigs. Let's go. Go ahead. That's all I gotta say.
Before you go, Coach, I just want to say they said the Rams said F them picks, and then Stephen Jones turned around and said, you know, you don't want to be in cap hell, you know, doing stuff like that. I mean, they won the Super Bowl, but I'm just saying. Go ahead, Coach.
Teddy, I got you. I'll bring the goofy hat tomorrow's show. I got you, boy. I need to address something real quick because Joe hit so many points. Not about the players, about the organization. These boys made all these moves. Now, when I say all these moves, it wasn't that many, 3-4 moves. That's a lot, though, for a team that has a lot. And they still have $40 million in cap space. I need people to really understand the importance in that. They plan on paying this quarterback if he stays healthy like this, if he's this way for by the time it's time to pay him, right? They're gonna pay him, right? Here's the thing. Would you not want to get everything in your ducks in a row now before that time comes? Abso-freaking-lutely. Now you have the financial resources, $40 million in cap space, and you haven't even hit the draft yet. You just signed dudes from free agency. You got one trade, no, 2 trades actually. I don't even think you really actually signed anybody. You got 2 trades. That's even better, because guess what? They're already on contracts that you're taking, which is fed into your money that hasn't even been touched. That is the most beautiful part about this. So you got Debo to complement Terry McLaurin. You've got your left tackle to complement your quarterback. Oh, they're going to go freaking crazy in the draft on defense. Let him cook. In the next 3 years is going to be one of the most dangerous teams in football if this is how this organization is moving along. It's like if Washington fans, if this is what they were waiting for, they got it. These were they won right now. Right now, Washington is the biggest winner in my book because of who they picked up. Like I don't think people understand the most dangerous person on the field is Deebo Samuels because of what he can do with the ball anywhere on the field. It's not always about speed. It's about if Terry McLaurin isn't open, Deebo can do so much damage after 5 yards. I don't think people understand how significant that is. And you still got Brian Robinson. You still got one of the best backs, young backs in the league right now. Like, this team is a very, very dangerous team. Did you not see how they handled themselves in the playoffs against the Super Bowl champions?
We got whooped, though.
They did. They did. And towards the end, that's that youngness in them. But they played better, especially from the regular season game where they look like they just like, oh, I ain't got nothing left for this team. So they played better in that second matchup. Yeah, it's a playoff game. Kid was young. I'll give him that. But this team is ready for the future.
And now, Tomo.
Oh, nah, dog. Come on, man.
And like Michael Parsons said with that Larry Tunsil trade, what the F?
That's what the come on now, dog, man. It's like, come on, man. God, I gotta watch both these teams just continue to get good. Like, I gotta watch both of these teams continue. I watched Washington be the pit of jokes for 45 years. And now I gotta sit up here and watch them in I'm gonna say about 5 weeks, change the whole course of how people look at this team now. From 5 weeks, Joe, from week 5 on up, everybody started looking at the Commanders like they might be a powerhouse, though. Like, I gotta watch them. Them and the Patriots, they make 1 or 2 great moves with the money they got. We here, and now look at it.
Moves in this one.
You know, it's crazy. Go ahead.
I would say, and then Joe, you said, what was the one thing that everyone was always questioning about you outside of your on your offense? I mean, Jaden already proved that he's a good quarterback. Most people saying he's the best quarterback in the NFC East now, outside of Jalen Hurts, because he just won a Super Bowl. But most people are saying that JD is the NFC East quarterback going forward. Will be the offensive line. You start with the left tackle and work your way over. You good money. And then, like you said, B-Rob can run. You got 2 running backs back there. Now, I mean, 3 running backs now. You got JD, Debo, and B-Rob. It's just crazy. How many running backs I got that can catch the ball, throw the ball? It's just so many things that Cliff Kingsbury can do now.
Have so many. Yeah. They're gonna. What we saw in the Washington's offensive scheme last year. Don't look at that. Please don't. They're gonna. They're gonna keep certain packages, but because of who's coming on this team, they're gonna open up. You're gonna see a lot of 3 spread with this team. Watch.
Yeah. And that's another positive for your quarterback. And this is more so, like you said, everything you said is more so about your team. But that's a positive for JD now, because what was the one thing we were saying all year in the chat? They're gonna get film on him. Mm-hmm. They're gonna have to run it back. This ain't gonna be like last year.
I know how.
And now you add more weapons.
18 weeks. He gave it all to them. So they got to change some things up.
Y'all got it. I have to deal with this another year. I have to deal with marking this nonsense another year, but it's all good. It's all good,
man. It's a beautiful day, man. I mean, I don't think we're done. And what Carl said, he said we're replacing B-Rob. We are drafting B-Rob's replacement. All I asked for in the draft, I've been talking about this with Mark for over a month now. Draft the running back with 4.2 speed. Give me a home run hitter in the draft. That's what we need. We don't have we got B-Rob. We got Eckler and we got McNichols. None of them like home run hitters. They're not. You know, so Debo is. Debo is every home run hitter. But you get what I'm saying? Like somebody who's gonna get to that first level, and it's a wrap. You know how many times B-Rob got hawked down?
Yeah, that's true. That is very, very true. That is very true. He can't get ran down.
They really let these guys get good. Hey, I promise you, man. The Giants had a competent GM.
Hey, I don't know because I don't watch the combine like that, but I think them boys in Texas running 4.2.
I don't know what's in the water down there, but we'll talk about that another day. I don't know what's in the water down there.
Hot. They ain't got it's just the heat. If you can run in that
Man.
tank, you better you fast.
It's either
Well,
they
you
run
know,
fast.
you know, coach.
Yeah.
I caught myself. I was about to say
I
something.
made my wide receivers sweat when I was coaching out there. You ain't had no choice, bro. You gonna run in this heat. I'm sorry. This Texas, baby. This is how we play ball.
Well, it must stop at college because in Dallas. But anyway,
Yeah.
let's talk about the 49ers, man. Another.
You know what?
You right.
Texas players don't go to Texas. They go outside of Texas.
That's true. That's true.
Maybe our facility is too comfortable. That's what it is.
You know, you feel like a superstar when you walk in there. You should go for a tour. I'm telling you, you're gonna feel like a superstar. You're gonna know why.
I'm not going.
No, I'm telling you, I went on a tour. I was like, I see why they don't care about the playoffs. Everything in here is nice. This is nice.
I'd rather be here than the playoffs.
You know what I mean? Like, this is nice. We gotta hurry up and get back to the locker room. This is real leather.
Okay.
Now, oh no, they didn't. No, okay. Shout out to you, Carl. Now, it's funny though, because Blaze came on here on our last show and he put something in the comments, and we were like, "What you mean? What you mean by that?" And he said, "You heard it here first." And literally right after he said, I don't know what time portal he was in, because right after he said that, 99 shows start talking about is the 49ers window closed. And Monday, they literally just released everybody. Blaze, whatever you got on the 49ers, could you drop it off so I can start messing with Dave a little bit more? Because this is bad. Like, they say Milk was a bad choice, and boy, the 3 players they retained was Patrick Taylor, Jordan Mason, and Curtis Robinson. Now, are you ready for me to talk about the people that left? We already told you Debo got traded. They cut fullback Juszczyk. Leonard Floyd is gone. Hargrave is gone. Malik gone. Those are the people they cut. Now, we talking about left in free agency. Greenlaw, Ward, Hufanga, a guard, Aaron Banks, offensive tackle, Jalen Moore, running back, Elijah Mitchell, and Josh Dobbs. Gone. But they did sign a tight end. They signed Luke Farrell. They signed a safety, Richie Grant, and they signed a linebacker, Luke Gifford. They may have signed somebody else while this show was still going on. I haven't been able to check my phone yet. But Dave is also not in the comments saying they signed something. But Coach, all I'm going to say is, Coach, 49ers, what's going on over there, man?
You tell me. Nah, let me tell you
I'm happy. Yeah, I tell you, I'm happy.
Let me tell you what happened. They had a plan together when Brian Salzer was there. They put together one of the best defenses. They had 7, 8 first-round draft picks. They built that defense. Well, the money ran out. Period. The money ran out. Not one of them can get paid. Not a single person. I'm not sure if it's age or anything else outside of that, but the fact that they could only retain a certain amount is just they did not have the money to sign all of those players. They had a time frame to win a championship when they built that defense that way. This is where it starts. We ain't got much time. They got what a 3-4 year window, and then they ended up getting Purdy and extended it, I think, by another year or two, and nothing. Sorry, nothing. They've gone through the same thing they go through every year: a depletion of defensive players who get hurt, a depletion of running backs that get hurt, and a depletion of receivers that get hurt. I've literally. They still have C-Mac. Okay. I see how far they get with him this year. I've come to the point, and I've said it a few times, but now I have to stand my ground on it. I don't use that phrase, stand on business. I'm about my business. I'm old school. It's the coach. I don't know if it's his scheme. I don't know if it's his way of coaching, but it's just not working anymore. Me and Dave have had this conversation quite a few. That's why I said I've talked about this, but not out. Like me and him have, and we've come to agreeances. Like Coach Shanahan has overstayed his welcome. I'm sorry. I think the culture that he built there, it just didn't work. It just didn't work. So what you're trying to do right now, you ain't got no money to sign all these players, so you have to let them go. You don't have a choice. So what you're going to have to do now is you're going to have to go out there cheap and find stragglers that you can bring on that have some viability to them for at least another year or two, because now you got to save your job. So your job is on the line, pimp. Like, would you think you're gonna go 6-10 or 6-11, and you think they're gonna have good things to say about you this year? You've been in the playoffs for the last 3 years, and now you about to fall on your face worse than last year. You had like you money can only go but so far in the NFL. You have to be careful what you do and who you pay. It's just the nature of the game. And again, you guys did the right thing. You built a defense. Your quarterback just didn't work out with Trey Lance. And then the Garoppolo thing didn't work out. And then you got Purdy, but he's young and there's so many other things, so many injuries. It didn't work. And if you keep Kyle Shanahan, they're going to keep him this year, obviously, maybe even next year. If this continues, they're not going to get better. Because I think people need to remember one thing. He is not the only person that sat here and built this team when they were on top. There were other people involved that are no longer there. So now this is all on Shanahan. And look at it. Look at it. It's a mess. It's an absolute mess. He might be able to make a call here and there on the field and get these guys down the field. But, bro, his off-season decisions and moves, his in-season coaching, it's not good. Like, I don't know what it is, but if I'm not mistaken, wasn't he with Washington before?
Yep.
And if I'm not mistaken, I hate that I got to go back so far. If I'm not mistaken, ain't this the same situation that was happening in Washington? Everybody was always hurt. It's the style of the way they coach these players. A lot of people have gone away from the hard-nosed nature way football used to be played. Shanahan still literally coaches that way. Like, that's why players got hurt back then so much. When you have coaches that still use those methods, this is why so many players get hurt. Look at Dan Campbell. That's another perfect example from the old nature of hard-nosed football. And look at his team. They cannot last the season. They get depleted injury-wise every single year. And then here we are. Like literally every single season in the regular season, his numbers just climb in wins, right? And then he gets to the playoffs in the same position. Bye. You don't have anything. You all your players are out. Like, you're all injured. If they don't change, I'm talking to surface. This is one of those things like you have to change with the times. And that's why so many other coaches have been so much more successful. Not all of them, but some have been more successful who have moved away from the way football used to be. But those coaches that still sit there, what do they have? They have strong teams. They can make it happen each and every year, but they're not really winning anything because they're not winning a Super Bowl. They're not winning the Super Bowls doing that. All the ones that are winning Super Bowls outside of the Chiefs, and obviously Andy Reid knows how to change with the times because the old way Andy Reid used to coach, who used to always get hurt? Running backs. The new way Andy Reid coaches, who doesn't get hurt? Running backs. You got to change with the times. It's like your method of what you used to do. If those methods have to change. And if you can't change them, that's how you get fired.
That's good.
So the 49ers right now are on the verge of being a 6-win team. And Kyle might be losing his job within the next couple of years.
Go ahead, Joe, before you go.
All right, let me read the super chat. Ooh, Kyle Shanahan on the hot seat. Let's get it. Shout out to my boy T Merck, my boy Teddy, Mr. BWT himself, member for 18 months. R2L member is. Shout out to the best network out there. Prayer hands, hashtag BWT, baseball with Teddy. He will be live tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. So make sure y'all tune in to that. And he also got a $9.99 super chat from BWT himself. Again, love the direction the Patriots are headed one day into free agency. Hashtag the rebuild.
They went all defense. I loved it.
We're going to get into them too. But right now, the 49ers. I ain't mad at what they did so far. I'm not. Think about it. Cole said it right. It's a money situation. The Trey Lance trade put them back a lot. They gave up a lot of early draft picks to get Trey Lance. That set them back. Then they pay all these guys. They pay Chris McCaffrey. They pay Trent Williams. They pay Debo Samuel. They pay Fred Warner. They pay Nick Bosa. They pay Brandon Ayuk. So, they had it. Now Hufanga is up next. You got Hufanga, Greenlaw, you got, Ward. All these guys up next to get paid. So what do you do? They just let them walk. They release what's his name?
You said
No, the DM.
Leonard Floyd.
Leonard Floyd. They released Leonard Floyd. And right now, they have $32 million in cap space. 32. But next year, as of right now, $115 million.
Really?
Yes. The cap space right as of next year, right now. Obviously, they might do some more moves.
Because they don't really have nobody to pay now.
They still got to sign their draft picks, all that stuff. But like,
yeah, that may jump it down like 109, 18, 108.
That's minor.
That's still
money, but $115 million they have in cap space right now, right? So they still got to pay Purdy. That's a big thing. Kind of like we talked about with Michael Parsons, right? They got to pay Micah. So they if they're going to keep Purdy, they got to have enough money for that. They already offered him $45 million, which people thought was a slap in the face. If I'm Purdy, I'm like, I see Dak was 60. I need 62.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm dead. Look at what shouldn't been MVP got. That's what I was
my boy.
My number was better than him.
My boy.
Y'all didn't think that was coming?
I might have to stand up.
If I'm the 49ers, I'll be like, oh, really? How about we look at the MVP numbers and look at your numbers last year, Purdy? Oh, okay. A lot of interceptions in the fourth quarter that cost us games. Okay, never mind. But anyways, sorry, Dave. I had to do that. Sorry. But I like what they did. And then the draft picks. They got 11 draft picks this year. Mm-hmm. They got awarded 4 by the NFL today, right? Cowboys got 4 also awarded to them. And they got 10 next year. So they didn't lose a lot of pieces on the offensive end. They only lost Debo. They still got everybody on the offensive side of the ball, right? They said then they still do. Who?
I mean, you got Parcel, you got Ayuk when he comes back.
I said for now.
For now, yeah, they still got that. They look like the Eagles. The Eagles losing all their defensive players, not all of them, a lot of defensive players. So are the 49ers, all right? But one thing they both have, good D coordinators. But the Eagles got young players. They still got guys over there. The 49ers, they got Nick Bosa. They talking about bringing over Joey Bosa, which I get it. You want a brother reunion, but you already have an injury-riddled team, and you bringing over an injury-riddled guy. Joey Bosa always hurt. So I'm not too mad at what they're doing. I got to see how they handle the draft because their offense will still be intact, and they got Robert Saleh now over there.
So speaking of Michael Parsons, right? And speaking of Michael Parsons being on Twitter, I don't know if y'all seen this, but so Clarence Hill from the Cowboys, he had posted on X. He was like, 49ers gut themselves. And then Michael Parsons retweeted and said, no more rookie QB, LOL. Welcome to reality. So basically he's saying, I told y'all when it's time to pay them quarterbacks, it ain't no more fun when the rabbit got the gun. I was like, that's the one thing I like about Michael. When he do tweet, he tweet a lot, but he do tweet some things that make you be like, at least he's talking about the opponents as well. That's a lot for a team, man. We sat up here and I was like, man, we could talk about that on Tuesday. And it's kind of like I said with Blaze, it kind of brought it up and it's right there. I think the window might be closed because that's a lot to lose. And then look at your opponents. The Rams got better. I'm not saying the Seahawks got better because we see what they did, but again, everybody around you is getting better. And one thing I can say being a Cowboy fan and to 49er Nation is like, y'all kept laughing at us. We saved you a spot on the couch. We seen this movie before. This is a rerun. So go ahead. But I want to say one more thing, though. Shout out to you, Coach, man. FJA. Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot.
Just it's coming. The show not over yet.
Oh my goodness, Kev, you got 5 minutes or something? You got 5 minutes? You know, so Hurts got paid. Yeah. Hurts got a rookie. He got a good deal. was a steal for what they doing now. Imagine if Hurts never got paid and then won the Super Bowl. You wouldn't be putting that in that comments. Hurts be like, I need 70. I need 70, and I ain't taking no less.
Hurts got paid 2 years ago too.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, market going up constantly.
So you can't. It's not the two are not the same.
I don't know. I mean, Howie does it good. He paid Hurts and he paid both his receivers before their contracts were up. Smart man. Howie does a good job.
So that's the difference.
He paid Hurts before the contract was up.
GM knows how to do
Your
his
boy,
job.
your boy wait for the contract is actually up to pay dudes. That's a difference.
He waits till you got a franchise tag him and say, so you want less than the franchise tag? No, if I'm making 26, why would I want 24? I need more than the 26.
I don't get why people don't pay early. Now, I get it with
Dak. I don't get that. That's what they're for.
Dak is smart. They probably offered Dak an extension,
They did.
but okay, so Dak is in the seat right now where there's no other options for real. So Dak had a reason to like push it to the side. Hurts didn't though. You know, Hurts, he had his one good year, and they went to Hurts like, "Yo, we gonna pay you now." Hurts could have put it,
which was smart, which was very, very smart. You made it all the way to the Super Bowl with this team. We can pay you now, and watch we can still make more moves.
Exactly, we're gonna pay you now. We'll get your bread. But Dak,
he wasn't even the highest paid. He was just highest paid at that moment because everybody else got paid after him.
I'm not faulting Dak because Dak making moves. Like he I remember the first extension. He was like, Jerry trying to get like 5 years. He was like, nah, we doing 4.
And we're gonna run it back.
We're gonna run it back. Because the market's going up. You think you're going to hold me for 5 years on this? No. You're gonna do 4.
And with him, they was trying to pay him right around the time I think Wentz got paid. And I think that was around that time. And Dak was like, nah, I think I can get a little bit more out of this. Mm-hmm. So his negotiation factor is there. Now, if I'm with you on CD, Micah, everybody else is like, get to the table early because they did it with Trayvon. But Carl said it in the comments, Cowboys, Bengals, they all just be in the same little ballpark when it's time to play people. So we got to talk about it. There's got to be some winners. It's only day 2, moving into day 3 of free agency. So there got to be some winners and there got to be some losers. And we're going to start it off with who you all think are some free agency winners. We're going to start with Money Man. Come on, Money Man.
The Money Man.
Talking about you, Joe?
I know you're talking about.
Oh.
Because of the cap space.
Yeah.
So, my biggest winner in free agency, y'all, believe it or not, are the Chicago Bears. I think the Chicago Bears made a lot of good moves. Sad to say this, but that conversation between Caleb and Jaden Daniels will come up again next year. Possibly. They addressed it at O-line, which I love. First of all, let's start right here. They went and got Ben Johnson. Let's start there. They got Ben Johnson. And then we all know what Ben Johnson wants to do. He wants to run the ball. They already got the skill players. They lost Keenan Allen. But they still got Duze. They still got DJ Moore. And they still got Swift? They still got Swift. Right? But the main thing they got with me is they got Tooney from the Chiefs. They traded for him for the Chiefs. And they got 2 other linemen they signed, I believe. Right? That in itself right there, I feel like was a big winner for the Bears because I feel like they had the pieces in place. The missing piece, though, was the offensive line of the ball. And they addressed that. So to keep it short and sweet, my biggest winners are Caleb Williams and the Chicago Bulls.
Okay. So I'm gonna roll right into this one. I'm gonna let you take over because we building this plane while it's in the air. Now we started it. It was the first year we started with the panels and we invited people on. We did every team in the off season. This off season is gonna be very, very interesting because we got to do it again. And there was only like 2 or 3 teams that I was like, they can't be this good. Like, there's no way they're gonna be this good. And one of them was the Carolina Panthers. I think they won 3 games. I don't remember. I think they won 3 or 2 games. I can't recall. That was one team, and another team. I got killed for it. Coach, you talked about the wide receiver earlier, but I think the Broncos were one of the biggest winners in the free agency so far. To come off of the season that they had that nobody expected them to lock up another safety to go with that no-fly zone. Shout out to Bibby, that no-fly zone that they got back there. what is it, Hafunga. Then they went and stole Greenlaw too. I guess they got the same agent because they called him on 3-way. They said we're gonna get Greenlaw too. We're gonna get a linebacker to pair up with Benito. So now you got Benito, Greenlaw, Hafunga, PS2, and some other folks over there too. And they also want to get an offensive tackle to give up. Offensive tackle to help that 45-year-old quarterback they got back there. Inside joke. Carl know what I mean by that. So I think the Broncos right now are one of the biggest winners. And then to see Sean Payton on top of what they just had to do with the negative cap space that they had to bounce back from, I think they're making some of the right moves. That's the selective aggression that the Cowboys was looking for, and the Broncos have secured it so far.
Another signing, Evan Ingram signs with the Los Angeles Chargers. And he met with the Broncos and chose the Chargers. That would have been crazy.
Sounds like they got one more weapon. There you go.
But the Broncos, a great offseason so far. Great offseason. Great. Go ahead, Coach.
This one was tough because, like, so many teams made the right moves, and you guys called out two of them. But for me, it's because it's a player I brought up on FFC last week. I knew he was getting released, and I begged him with all my heart to not follow this quarterback anywhere, to just finally break away. I wanted him to go back home. That team is loaded over there in Green Bay. But I also said I'd be happy if he just found a really good contender. And who stays in the playoffs? The Rams.
Oh.
That was an absolute brilliant signing by the Rams because you have a solidified number one to take the top off of the defense. You have Kyron Williams, who is an outstanding running back. You have I can't think of the number two, or he might be the number one, and put Devontae at number two. But
Nakua.
Yeah, Nakua. You got Nakua. I think Winnington might have a big year with all of these added weapons already. He was to take over a role last year that's kind of rough to ask somebody to do when the offense wasn't schemed that way initially. So now if he's into the offense, you could have a really good receiving core going into this. You have a really good defense because you literally replaced Aaron Donald. Like, how you did that crap is beyond me, but you literally found that man's replacement. So now you can go into the draft and continue to build this team. Sean McVay, who y'all know I don't care too much for, finds a way to just – it's not about staying where he's at. He finds a way to keep the team in itself elevated. I'm not really big on him when it comes to advancing players, individually, but he always finds a way to enhance the team altogether. So, you got to give your kudos to where your kudos go. You know what I mean? Look, for me, him going to the Rams, Devontae Adams to the Rams was really, really big, and I think they were a big winner with that one.
And just to name a few, and I ain't going to detail. I think the Patriots were a big winner.
Yep,
Patriots were a big winner.
Yeah.
On free agency. And oh my goodness, I love my train of thought. The Patriots and
I got you, Joe. The Jets. Oh,
so the Jets.
Because they got rid of Aaron Rodgers. But go ahead and talk about the Vikings.
Yeah, the Vikings, man, they loaded up on defense. They got busy. They really did. They got busy. They went and got
but then they got to put the ball in McCartney's hand. I ain't too keen on that one.
But still, they defense got better. Like, they added Jonathan Allen on the defense side of the ball. They got
the defense that stays
Byron
on the
Murphy.
field.
Huh?
The defense that stays on the field does what?
Get gassed out.
They don't stay on last year. They stay on the
The
field.
will. I'm saying not last year. Last
They don't
year
trust the quarterback.
Oh, I mean, did you trust Sam Darnold?
I don't trust it.
Did you trust Sam Darnold last year before the season?
It's not that I didn't trust Sam Darnold. I didn't know how it was going to go with the Vikings. Like, from the way he played with the years prior coming into this 1 year, because I don't know how he's going to play in Seattle. I'm not going to look at this year that he played with the Vikings and literally tell you he's going to go to Seattle and do that. He had 2 games with 2 top defenses that he actually lost. So that's what told me that they were going to lose in the playoffs. I understand that they had a big record in the regular season, but did you see who they played? Cardinals, Chargers, what's the name? Panthers, Giants, Saints. Like, they didn't play nobody. Let's be real. That schedule the Vikings had last year was very easy, and the two teams that were above 500 and were top defenses, they lost to. So I don't know what Sam Darnold is actually going to do.
I feel you.
With this team with Seattle, with no receivers and barely any running backs. I don't know what he's going to do. But I don't know what the Vikings are going to do with McCarthy. I wasn't big on him in Michigan, and I'm just not big on his transition into the NFL.
I gotta take your word for it. Go ahead. That's your fellow.
Shout out to Cardo, man, being an R2L member for 19 months. Woo! Say shout out to the network. Man, shout out to you too for being around for 19 months, man. We told y'all it's a family over here. So again, shout out to the network. I think Jerry went to bed now. Big day tomorrow, Tom. Yeah, big day tomorrow. You said Wednesday is the day. And shout out to Coach.
Big day on Wednesday. On the third day.
Wait. So what up? So Texas, I think they're an hour, 2 hours back. So if you go to bed now, yeah, all right. So Texas is an hour. So if you went to bed now, it's pretty early, man. I don't know, but he is old. So
2 hours. Sorry, my bad.
No, it is 2 hours. It's 2. Because I remember what's the name? When I went out there, I got paid and it was still daylight.
It is 2.
No, it's 2 hours.
It is 2. My bad. But but like the big days on Wednesday, now Monday. That's the big
day 3. That's when they really strike. They about to go get Stephon Diggs.
He's still out there.
I think they are. I think you are though.
It's hot and inside the dome.
Why not? You know he wants to play with y'all.
And he get all the media coverage. He can be on Micah podcast.
Man, we could bring
Cardi B. It would be a bad timing to sign Stephon Diggs to the Cowboys, to be honest with you.
Yeah, until he start yelling at Dak on the sideline, then it's gonna be like, here we go. Here we go.
He got his brother there. Oh, then he might yell.
You see what his brother did? You see what his brother did? You talking about they won't jump him.
Let's jump him.
Man, that's exactly. I don't know. He might be on Dak's side if he throw a pass up perfectly, and he get that picture. He get that picture on Trayvon. I don't know, but Trayvon's still icing up from the knee injury, so I don't know. He might not play this year. See, that's a loss. Speaking of losses, we talked about the winners. I talk about the losers. So, Coach, who do you think is the biggest loser in this free agency?
Oh,
let me explain something to y'all. When you make moves that are realistic. You're supposed to make moves that are supposed to enhance your team. What you're not supposed to do is pay a man who can't get the job done $300 million. No, we don't do that. Look. Oh boy, I looked at the numbers. I saw the numbers. Okay, so you're telling me a person with only 3,700 passing yards, with only 29 touchdowns, just because he only had 6 interceptions the 1 year he had less than 10? Oh my goodness. You're telling me he was better with those numbers than 11 other people. You had a running back who broke for 2,005 yards, broke the NFL record, won a Super Bowl. But you're telling me Josh Allen is the MVP and worth $300 million. Okay, that's fine. So then you have Derrick Henry, who had 1,900 yards and 16 touchdowns. Oh, but, Josh Allen's the MVP. Okay, that's fine. We'll leave it right there, right? We're not even going to talk about a receiver. Let's leave that crap alone. You had a man that went out here and threw for 4,100 yards. He had 41 touchdowns. He had 4 interceptions. You think I'm going to stop right there? This
Let
man
him cook.
had 983 rushing yards. And you're going to sit here and tell me and everybody in the world, to a man who can never get the job done against Patrick Mahomes, you yet again paid him in another losing year.
Let him cook.
That's
now.
your MVP? The Bills are the biggest losers in this free.
Let him cook.
Biggest losers. They got nothing. You're telling me the one time that Josh Allen actually had a viable running back that ran over 1,000 yards, we just go overlook that crap and give this 29 touchdown crap MVP? Come on.
I said let him cook.
That's your MVP? He put up the same numbers as Geno Smith. Why is Geno not an MVP? Come on, bro. Like it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make, and that's the quietest MVP I've never heard of. They kept that thing under the table. It's almost like you just woke up and said, how you end up with that trophy? You had to go look at the numbers to find the lies, my guys. It was it's like y'all just handed this man this trophy because you just wanted to. Like, you cannot sit here and look me in the face as a fan and tell me that wasn't a consolation prize. Sorry. That is from now on what the MVP stands for. Constellation. You don't let Josh Allen spoil it. The only thing that resonates for me right now is Offensive Player of the Year. If you can't get them kind of stats, because there's 5 of them. There's 5 of them with a leading running back. So all I want is Offensive Player. I don't want MVP no more. You spoiled it for me because you gave this crap to that crap. He ain't winning no Super Bowl. You look at what the NFL is doing right now. You're going to sit here and tell me you're going to pay this man $300 million, and that's when you won Super Bowl? 1? And he's been in the league for 7 years. That's when you what? 1 Super Bowl now? Huh? Really? You telling me that right now? Really? You barely have any receivers, but that's what's going to do it. Josh Allen, huh? 3,700 yards was when you were Super Bowl once with $300 million? Okay.
Hey, Coach. Here you go, brother.
I ain't even get to get mad at the Max Crosby contract.
Coach. Take this card, man. Where you going? Come back.
No, for real.
Your FJA card. It's your FJA card. Here you go, man. Welcome to the club, my brother. That boy was preaching.
Yeah, where you going? He's walking on. Let me okay.
I had to get that out. I've been holding that in for a while. That needed to be out nationally.
Hold on, before you go, I was lost. I think about saying Sam Darnold. When you was like playing the quarterback, I'm like, all right, cool, he going to the Seahawks. And then he mentioned the Bills. I'm like, oh. So are you mad at the contract or you mad at him getting MVP?
Both. He didn't need another one. He didn't need neither one. He didn't need neither one. What did he get the money for? What did he do that deserved $300 million?
So nobody deserves to get paid.
11 people have better literal stats than you do. 11 people, and you worth $300 million. You cannot win a Super Bowl. You cannot get past the AFC round if Patrick Mahomes is literally in your way. You have deficiencies that have never been solved. And watch next year he become a turnover machine again. You thought this was a fluke just because he didn't do it for 1 year? He's going to have 12 interceptions next year.
So
maybe 15.
Were you okay when Lamar got paid? Charles, my man, Cash.
Yes, I was very happy when Lamar got paid. And look at what he did with his contract. Look what he did with his contract. Lamar Jackson has been this way with and without a contract. I am telling you, there has never been a reason Josh Allen should have ever been paid in the first place. When I first came on this show and I said it, he didn't deserve the first contract he got when he lost to Patrick Mahomes with his first Super Bowl when he got $500 million. What the hell did Josh Allen need $280 million for? And all he did after he got paid from that money was nothing. Nothing. He turned the ball over the most of any quarterback in the NFL after he got paid. So tell me again what these $300 million are supposed to do.
Hold on. 250 million guarantee. I'm trying to see how many years on this. How many years on this?
Come on,
6 years. It's a 6-year contract. That is more tied up than Jay Cutler had the Chicago Bears.
But think about it, Coach. Think about this.
Ain't nothing to think about. He's not winning. Is he winning the Super Bowl in the next year?
So you're telling me that? Is Lamar winning one? Is Lamar winning one?
Lamar didn't get a double contract. Lamar has been the same excellent player since he's been in the league. I understand Lamar had deficiencies, right? And as he progressed in his career, his deficiencies, do you know the last 2 years he's increased his yardages, he's increased his touchdowns, and he's still able to add rushing to his game.
No, I get you on that, but Josh Allen's a franchise quarterback. That's what you do.
I mean, but he can't beat Patrick Mahomes. Lamar can. Burrow can
beat
Patrick Mahomes except for Josh Allen.
Bro, Lamar hasn't beaten Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs, number one. And number two, he hasn't even
beaten Josh Allen in the playoffs. They haven't played each other in the playoffs yet.
Who they played last year in the Mahomes beat him.
Oh, that's right.
And he hasn't even beaten Josh Allen in the playoffs. And on top of that, Lamar, even in the regular season, can't beat Mahomes. I think he beat him only once. When Josh Allen beat Mahomes every year in the regular season. So my thing is this.
That's fine.
So
I'll let y'all have this first contract, but you're not gonna sit here and tell me another 6 years of this crap is supposed to be a thing. Of him losing, he's not. Look. Do you come to the NFL to win money or to win a Super Bowl? What do you come to the NFL for? What do you come to play? He's not doing that, bro. Now, if look, what's his name got his contract? Lamar got his contract. So within this contract time, he does have to try to win a Super Bowl, right?
Yeah.
If his stats don't fall, like if he is still, there's other things that allow you to not win, right? It's just, there's more than just a quarterback. If he is still this way, moving forward, nothing decreases. He's still putting up these amazing numbers. If running backs ain't running, if defenses, they had a bad defense this year. I can't put that on Lamar. They couldn't stop.
They got better in the second half. Second half became the best defense in the league.
Okay. So no, I'm not going to sit here and say Lamar Jackson shouldn't get another contract if he stays this way. I am saying Josh Allen.
That's what he's saying.
What? Okay. Let me ask you this question. Josh Allen never gets a contract when he first starts, right? What is said about Josh Allen without that contract?
Hold on, say it again. Hold on. Josh Allen
doesn't get that contract after he loses, right? They just keep going on to the next year, right?
Okay, go ahead.
What is Josh Allen without that contract?
He'll be more expensive. That's what it would be.
That's how you see it?
We just talked about locking up your players early with the Eagles. We just talked about that.
What happened next year? He doesn't get that contract, right? What did Josh Allen do that next year after the contract? What did he do? How many interceptions did he put up?
Turnovers, right?
Yeah,
so are you paying? If you didn't pay him that year that year he lost, are you seriously gonna sit here and tell me with the most turnovers in the league, you're gonna pay him a contract? You were gonna pay him a contract?
Yeah.
You were gonna pay the most turnovers in the league a contract?
And guess what they did to Tomo next year? Got into the AFC Championship game.
And he lost.
But he got
he had the most. What I'm telling you is,
what's your other option, Coach? What's your other option?
Contract the year he was the most. He had the most turnovers in the league. You going to pay him that year?
What's your other option?
He didn't go anywhere that year. He lost to Burrow that year. Burrow went to a Super Bowl that year. So were you going to pay him that year?
But Burrow lost to Mahomes that year. Burrow lost to Mahomes that year.
And he had the worst year of his work. Like it was a horrible year.
Listen,
so you weren't even going to pay him that year. You paid him because that was the only window you had.
That's how, Coach. He's a franchise quarterback.
Josh Allen's not worth all that money. I'm going to scream it.
It's $55 million. Look, $55 million a year is not going to be a lot 2 years from now. Next year, he get paid less than Dak. Are you on mute?
Hey, look. They're trying to stop you, Joe. They're trying to stop you, Coach. You on mute, Coach. You on mute. Joe, it's something about that third slot and Josh Allen. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
My thing is, I don't want to make it about Lamar. I use Lamar as an example because he got paid, but he's saying double paid. My thing is, we just praise Howie for getting guys paid early. That's what you want to do. You want to pay them
getting guys that are good.
How is Josh Allen not good? And they were the Final Four.
Bro, I'm sorry.
Because he didn't beat Mahomes? You know, the only reason why Joe Burrow beat Mahomes was because of his defense. He did nothing that game. So let's not act like we put this glamour over Joe Burrow because he beat Mahomes. All these dudes in the AFC can't handle Mahomes. None of them can. Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, Deshaun Watson, Baker Mayfield, anybody that paid Mahomes, he destroys them. Only team that beat him was the Bengals when the defense beat Mahomes. Joe Burrow didn't do much that game. Any game that Josh Allen played Mahomes in, he outplayed Burrow in that win. Trust me. So my thing is, you're not going to play Josh Allen because he didn't beat Mahomes? That's what we're going to do now? So Mahomes this year, nobody.
That's not my premise. I told you I'm not paying Josh Allen because there has never been anything about Josh Allen's football game that ever told me he is good.
Let's do this then.
All I'm saying is I've added pieces to that defense based on what he has done in his entire career.
Brady, my bad. But let's do this, Coach. You don't pay Josh Allen. His last year's contract comes up. He loses to the Mahomes again. What you doing?
You franchise tagging. You franchise tag everybody else.
And guess what? The lonely Buffalo Bills, who have never won, he's out. He's gone. And he got to wait another 30 years for another quarterback.
I'm not paying somebody with 17 turnovers, bro. I'm sorry. I'm just not putting that kind of money in your pocket. You're not protected. And you've done it literally every year except for one. And you want me to give you that kind of money? Herbert don't even turn the ball over that much. Lawrence doesn't turn the ball over like that.
He does.
We're talking about the season, bro. We can't pick one game. We're talking about the season. Even Tua don't turn the ball over like that. You got to.
Look. Who has more turnovers in the playoffs? Josh Allen actually does good in playoffs.
Oh yeah, that's fine. He just doesn't win them.
He don't win against Mahomes, but who does? Other than the defense. Every time Mahomes lost, the defense dominated. They're serious. Every time he lost, it had nothing to do with the quarterback. Now, there's no diss to Jalen Hurts, but the defense was outstanding.
It was
literally every time he lost, he got shut down every time.
Okay, but every regular season, when Josh Allen wants to win a football game, he puts the game on his back and he goes and does it. Playoffs, he doesn't.
Same thing with Joe Burrow.
Hey, you know how I feel about Burrow. Ain't nothing to bring Burrow up. You already know I told you he need that money. I'm not changing that.
I know he can do that.
I'm not changing that. Right. Maybe he got to a Super Bowl, but he has not done nothing since. Now, I'm just saying, I'm not saying he shouldn't have gotten a contract, but he got paid all that money, and he has barely been on the football field. I'm not saying he shouldn't have gotten a contract, but I don't think Joe Burrow should have got all that money. I'm sorry.
But I don't. You think they're bigger? Okay.
Are they a loser? Yeah, I think the Bengals are a loser. You franchise tagging one of your best receivers.
Wait. Hold on, Coach. I got you on that one. Coach, I got you on that one. Whew. I'm so excited.
I
don't know what to do with myself. It must be my birthday, man. That Josh Allen slander. I love it. And Kev over here trying to be AJA.
I know.
We talking about that. Man, he said they the biggest loser because they paid him twice. Yeah, people was calling the Cowboys biggest losers because they paid Dak twice. It's like, that was dumb. Why would y'all do that? And that's all Coach saying.
Y'all made him the highest paid in history. That had nothing to do with Dak, though. That was Jerry Jones.
But that's all Coach's point is. That's all Coach's point is. The same thing y'all was saying about him is, why would you pay a guy who hasn't proven it to you yet this much money? That's all Coach is saying.
So nobody deserves to get paid. The longer you wait.
He ain't saying nobody deserves to get paid.
But Mahomes is in the Hurts right now.
Coach on mute and he going crazy right now. Hold on. All right, so let me just drop my biggest loser and we can get back to this point and we can close the show out. Because that was a good point you made. But my biggest loser is, and Coach kind of said it, is the Bengals. It's definitely the Bengals. You sitting up here watching everybody else get paid. You watching Trey Hendricks sitting on the sideline saying, hey, man, look, Myles Garrett done got paid. Max Crosby done got paid. Michael Parsons about to get paid, and I was leading the league in sacks. So you gonna sit up here and say I'm no good? Your defense was terrible. I was the best thing about your defense, and y'all did nothing. I'm ignoring that for right now because I'm gonna address you later, AJA. But then you sit up here, you franchise tag T. Higgins last year. He plays on the franchise tag, and then you try to make him run it back. Meanwhile, DK just got 30 with the Steelers. So you make me play on a franchise tag, and I'm I'm your second best wide receiver. You already let Tyler Boyd go, so me and Chase could be on the same team. And then you franchise tag me again. Then you flip the script, and you still got Jamal waiting to get paid. You still got your best receiver in the league who just got the Triple Crown waiting to get paid. Out of everybody that's doing something or less than nothing in the free agency, the Bengals are the biggest losers. And I hate to say it, but they gotta get more light than Jerry Jones when they talk about the Cowboys, because what the Bengals is doing is insane. Like, at least the Cowboys found a way to keep CeeDee Lamb negotiations going. We don't hear them even trying to whisper to Jamar Chase. I seen drunk people at a bar talk to themselves longer than how long they talking to Jamar Chase about his contract. Like, this is how bad that is. Biggest losers.
Yeah,
Coach is going crazy right now.
Oh, Coach, you on mute still?
Yeah, you gotta go on mute. Did you say, Coach?
There you go.
No, I'm saying, what was I saying? I lost my train of thought.
Jerry Jones.
No, it was about the Bengals. I just lost my train of thought.
Oh, I said Jerry Jones. The Bengals. No, Jamar Chase, their negotiations ain't even close. They said
Oh, that's what it was. They said like they just plan on making him the highest non-court paid quarterback. That's all that ever came out of that. They just planned to do it, but
And
we
then
don't know.
he said that Crosby and Myles Garrett got paid. As soon as he said that.
Oh yeah. That's right. Yeah, as soon as that one came out, that them two got paid.
Joe, think about it like this: Jetta's getting 35, CD getting 34, AJ getting 32, Amaron getting 30, Tyreek getting 30, and you talking about Myles Garrett getting 40. And you better hope Michael Parsons don't pick up the phone and the Cowboys give him like 40.5.
And he,
you know,
yeah, like, bro. And Jamar just had a triple crown.
That's what I'm saying. And you already know.
He trying to pay him early. Pay him early.
No, we didn't even pay him early. This is
Jamar Chase numbers were dipping a little bit, but you pay him and you extend him.
Yeah, they should have paid him last year. They should have paid.
You didn't extend him. Guess what?
You're right. They should have paid Chase last year.
So imagine Josh Allen. Imagine last year, Josh Allen. Imagine this year with last year. Let's do that for a second, all right? And Josh Allen have all those picks. I ain't paying you. And he goes out and win MVP. No, the price go up. I was saying 55 last year. This year we making it 65. And I ain't talking.
If I'm the Bills, you might not want to talk to me then, because I could push back on that. I seen about six other people with better stats than yours.
Okay.
So to me, it feels like your MVP was a sympathy award. So don't come in here fronting like your MVP was a flat out clean.
Okay. How about this, Mr. Bills management? $65 million. Shut up.
You don't give him MVP. He
doesn't
get paid.
Take a look. What you gonna do?
6 years.
You said
if you don't give Josh Allen the MVP, he doesn't get this contract. You know that, right?
Huh?
If Josh Allen doesn't win the MVP award, he never gets this contract. This is the only reason why he got the contract.
No, he would have got an MVP.
$300 million?
He had
$250 million guaranteed? That's MVP, bro. I'm sorry.
No, Lamar killed him. Hold on, who are 6 other players that had better numbers than him? He's one to running back.
No, there's like 5 quarterbacks with better numbers than Josh Allen.
Lamar had way better numbers than Josh
Allen. Quarterback is Lamar.
But I'm just saying, you got Lamar, Saquon, the triple crown guy.
No,
like there's other people
with better passing yards and more touchdowns than him. Like Burrow put up 5,000. Burrow put up 5,000. Burrow put up 5,000. Burrow put up 5,000.
Who?
Hold on, because now you want Coach to pull up numbers. That's fine. That's fine.
He's want Burrow, the one who didn't make the playoffs. That's what he's talking about.
He still put up better numbers. He still put up better numbers than
you just said. Josh Allen can't beat Mahomes, and Burrow can't even get in the playoffs. What are we talking about?
Defense, right? That's the defense.
Oh, no, we're talking defense.
That was your word.
Now we're talking defense.
He still put up 5,000 yards passing, bro. Like, I mean, you cannot ignore that. Like, so you're telling me he shouldn't have been MVP if he was in the playoffs?
That's a big word. He didn't make the playoffs.
I know he didn't, but he had 5,000 passes. Like they had
Goff.
Who? Yeah, Jared Goff's numbers was better.
Jared Goff.
He had less interceptions.
And he was number 1 in his conference.
Are we just looking at passing yards or yards period?
We're looking at passing yards. We're looking at passing touchdowns, bro. We're looking at interceptions. We're looking at everything that's a criteria of a quarterback.
What about rushing? Because he was a big part of that rushing attack.
Yes, Lamar Jackson had 983.
Lamar was better. That's it. That's what I'm telling you. Lamar was the only one better this year. That's it.
Everybody else had better passing yards and more touchdowns than him, and less interceptions than him. As a quarterback, not as a dual threat, we're looking at quarterback stats.
Wow. And now we narrow it down. Okay. Coach.
Is better than him. I can keep going.
Okay, Coach. Since you want to be specific and take out the running numbers, who was the best receiver the Bills had last year?
Who
did Joe Burrow have?
He had 2. He had 5,000.
Who did Jared Goff have?
He had Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Okay.
And he made it to the playoffs with that team.
Yes, he did, and got smoked. But yes, anyways, right? Shout out to the Commanders. Represent left hand up. But my thing
Baker Mayfield's numbers was better.
Baker Mayfield had the most turnovers in the NFL. You don't want to hear what Baker Mayfield. I want to hear Baker Mayfield.
We can take Baker out for that because he
had and he also had Mike Evans.
So he can have the most turnovers in the NFL. We got to dislodge him. But
No. You killed Josh Allen. I'm just reminding you. You gonna praise Baker? I'm just letting you know.
You're right, but
just letting you know. So once again, only QB who had a better year than Josh Allen was Lamar Jackson. I don't want to hear about Burrow because Burrow lost to the Patriots. If he would have beat the Patriots, guess what? He would have been in playoffs. But he lost. And that had nothing to do with the defense. He didn't even get 15 points. And he barely beat the Giants. And he barely scored in that game. So Joe Burrow had Jamar Chase.
We're talking about numbers.
What he do against the Patriots? What numbers? Because he would have won that game, he would have been in the playoffs. He had Jamar Chase, Triple Crown. He also had T. Higgins. Look the numbers up when T. Higgins don't play, by the way. The numbers go down. So Joe Burrow ain't the same QB when he ain't got T.
Nobody's the same QB when they lose a player.
Huh?
Nobody's the same QB when they lose a player.
Josh Allen got one MVP. Lost Stephon Diggs and one MVP. Okay, forget MVP. Lost Stephon Diggs and became an All-Pro. Can we say that at least? All-Pro.
All-Pro is fine.
And went to the AFC Championship game without Stephon Diggs. So, yeah.
Sam Darnold had 4,300 passing yards.
Are we going to bring up Sam Darnold now?
You wanted to know how many people had better stats than Josh
Allen. Go ahead. How many interceptions he had?
12.
How many Josh Allen had?
That's not bad.
What Josh Allen have, though?
6. Lamar had 4.
Oh.
Lamar had 4.
Lamar is the only better QB. That's better. That's just he's the only one.
I'm giving it to Jared Goff too, man. It's too.
Jared Goff.
He had 40. Jared Goff. Dog, he had 4,300 passing yards.
Because y'all just looking at passing.
4,600.
Y'all looking at passing. Josh Allen is the rushing threat also. It's like when we grade Lamar, we don't just look at passing. We might want to do it this year because he had this one. Sorry, Carl. This is the only great passing year he had. Carl might throw in at the time he had 35 touchdowns. I'm talking about passing yards. This is the best passing year he had, and now I want to include passing yards only. But in the other years when Lamar Jackson, we include rushing also.
No, Kev, he didn't go on to win MVP. They gave it to him. You can keep that statement.
You said what?
Kev talking about he went on to win MVP. He ain't win crap. They gave it to him. I don't give a damn.
No, I do think Lamar should have won an MVP. But Josh Allen deserved a contract, though. Josh Allen deserved this contract.
I ain't gonna do that. Nope, I ain't gonna say that either. Nope.
Only reason I'm giving Coach the leeway in this one is because he said that he didn't deserve the first one. So if he don't believe he deserved the first one, I can see him coming back saying he don't deserve this one either.
He went to the AFC Championship game before the first contract. So why he didn't deserve it?
He didn't win.
What, Coach? You don't only.
When I told you, when we had the same conversation about Jalen Hurts, right? We had the same exact conversation about Jalen Hurts. And I literally looked everyone in the face and said he only deserves a contract if he is the reason, meaning he has a great season, they win in the playoffs, and I even say he didn't have to win the Super Bowl, but if he made it to the Super Bowl, he deserves a contract. And what did he do?
Okay.
What did he do?
He won. But Coach, let me ask you this.
He did his job. He did his job, bro. He did his job.
Well, you telling me
to play football to win, to make it to the big game. He made it to the Super Bowl. That's why they paid. That's why they paid
the Super Bowl, beating the New York Giants, beating the injured Brock Purdy 49ers, and you telling me he deserves a contract over Josh Allen who he did last year? Are you serious?
Did he go to the Super Bowl? Has Josh Allen seen the Super Bowl? Has Josh Allen sniffed a Super Bowl?
I'm gonna put a coach, but I want to head out.
Has he done anything near a Super Bowl? Everybody else has.
So Jimmy G deserves a contract. Brock Purdy deserves to get paid $65 million. What about Brock Purdy? He deserves $65 million last year. Brock Purdy.
Did he make it to a Super Bowl?
Yes, he did.
He should have been paid.
Over Josh Allen.
Josh, again, look
at the same person. They lost to this coach. They lost to the same team.
In Josh Allen's group. Look at all the men that played his position in his group.
So let me try to be the voice of reason right quick.
At least made it to the playoffs. He hasn't.
All right, so let me try to be the voice of reason real quick. Yeah. So let me try to conclude this right quick. We're gonna carry this over to the actual chats, man. For everybody that's watching, you see it right there in the banner. Become a member, right? At Refuse to Lose. Click the link so you can become a member to join the IG chats. Joe, one thing that I think you forgot outside of all of the things that Coach has said is that the progression within Josh Allen has not seen him get better as a quarterback. He's been the same quarterback since he's gotten the league. They've added pieces around him to make him look better, but he's technically still the same quarterback. Everybody else that he's named, he's seen them progressively get better in different areas. I'm just going off of what I heard.
So last year you didn't see growth in Josh Allen?
So last year you didn't know he had a 1,000-yard rusher either? He didn't have a 1,000-yard running back? Without that 1,000-yard running back, what does he do?
You
Like,
said, hold on.
you have to it's not
15
just
picks.
Josh Allen, but they added
You
real
said,
pieces.
hold on. You
They
said he had
added
a
real
what?
pieces to this
He
team.
had a what?
He actually had a running back. He actually had a running back this year.
So the guy you said that should have been
helped
paid.
that team.
Look,
He had
Eagles fans,
16
not against y'all.
touchdowns as a running back, bro. Come
Eagles,
on.
this not
He
against
had
y'all.
16 touchdowns and 1,000 yards.
You said Jalen
That's
Hurts should get paid. You said Jalen Hurts should get paid. Did not Jalen Hurts have a 1,000-yard running back? 2 number one wide receivers? Didn't Jalen Hurts not have a 2,000-yard running back?
But that's
he
after
should
he got paid. Not when
he should get paid because he got
Not when he got paid.
He got paid with Miles Sanders. Miles Sanders ran. Bro, Miles Sanders was a Pro Bowl out there.
Oh my God, really, Miles Sanders? Really?
That just tells you how good a team is. They had the best offensive line. They got 2 number one wide receivers.
Run with that team, bro. It's the line, not the running back, bro.
Exactly. My point is, like, you're telling they take away Stephon Diggs. He has a good year, and now you say, oh, because he had a running back. I mean, he had Cooks last year. They just finally used him. And you falling Josh Allen for that?
No, what I'm saying is, look, this is what I'm saying. I don't know what you guys are seeing in Josh Allen this last year. I'm seeing that without the things that he had, he's just not that good. He had a 1,000-yard running back this year. When has Josh Allen ever had that in his career?
I mean,
you're giving him MVP. What I'm saying is, you're giving the guy MVP with less stats because other people on his team are actually putting in work. How is he the MVP?
Nigga said the same about LeBron.
Take 5.
MVP as a quarterback.
Right? Lift the laptop up. You don't pick the laptop up.
No. I'm stood up.
All
right. Let's go.
This is good. Now I know how Dave felt that day. Me and you was going back and forth.
We gotta get Coach back on more, man.
I wish we would have did this topic earlier because this was good. If I knew this was gonna be Coach's biggest loser, I'd have asked this in the first place.
Hey, Coach, Kev, we say he waiting for you in the chat.
I don't even Kev, just stop what you're doing because he over here somebody killing Hurts and you over here still talking about Josh Allen. So look, we're gonna do this real quick. But go ahead. We're gonna close on this one.
Point. Oh yeah, go.
All right, so look, the last segment we're gonna do on here is R2L's Lock 'em In. Joe, what's your pick?
You go first. Do Dave's.
All right.
I know Dave's in the chat.
Oh, I gotta look in there. Let me go in the chat. So my pick for the R2L Lock 'em In, again, we want to let y'all know that these are our opinions. You can add this to your actual parlay bet if you want to. If you just want to do a singles bet, that's on you as well. But remember, these are our opinions. And my pick, I'm going NHL. So I'm jumping out into another sport. I'm going NHL. I'm picking the Sabres over the Detroit Red Wings. I'm taking them at a +1.5. And I gotta go to R2L because Dave is in the comments talking about team-friendly deals, and we ain't worried about team-friendly deals. He's taking Milwaukee -3 versus Indiana, and these are for the games tomorrow. So we want to let you all know. I know a lot of games are started now, so these games are for tomorrow.
And I'm going to do Houston over Phoenix Suns -4.
All right. Sweet. Coach, you got one?
I do. Let me get
okay
over Boston. With
the I was looking at that one too, but I didn't want to pull that trigger. Okay. Say it again.
I'm taking OKC with the +4.5.
Over who?
Over Boston.
That's for Teddy.
All right. So we're gonna make this one quick, man. If you've been tuned in this whole time, make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button because all the shows on this network are electric just like this. And you can clearly see that there's a small population that doesn't agree with the Josh Allen situation. But if you don't agree with the Josh Allen MVP, become a member here because you can hear all about it. You can hear about it here. You can hear about it on FFC. Joe, let's get your last words right quick.
I think you might be like, come on, member of LJA.
Once you become a member of R2L, then you slowly get introduced to FJA. I'm just saying.
All right, my last words real quick. Shout out to the whole network. Shout out to the whole R2L family. Shout out to everybody in the comment section, especially everybody that did a super chat. Shout out to Teddy and Big O. All right, for the 2 super chats. Well, Teddy did a $9.99 super chat also. And Commanders, man, keep doing your thing. You know, keep adding on to this pop. Kings, I'm not gonna lie, man. After that Clippers loss and we got blown out last night by the Knicks without Jalen Brunson, I have no what it's saying. I'm just like I'm probably done with the Kings. Say the truth. I'd rather for us to miss the playoffs and get a lottery pick. Tell you the truth. So those are my last words.
Coach.
I got to side with. I got mine, but I got to side with Joe. My Kings, man. It's just time to cry. We ain't lighting the beam for a while, man. Hopefully we get Andre. Hopefully we get Andre Let the son come over and play like the daddy. That'd be awesome. But final thoughts. Oh, Raiders. If you didn't think I was coming for you, you had another thing coming. So I don't know what the plan is. We have a subpar running back. We have one wide receiver. We do have a great tight end. We have absolutely no defense. We have no coach. But we decided to give $35 million a year to Max Crosby. And though
They do have a coach. They got Pete Carroll.
Oh, that's right. That's right. They do have Pete Carroll. I don't care. They don't have. So, I look. Pete Carroll has been good for so long. No, bro. Like, okay, if you didn't do it with Geno in Seattle, you're gonna do it with Geno in Las Vegas? Like, come on, bro. Really? No. And I like Geno, but no. Like, I think Geno would have had a better addition to his career going back home to the Jets to try to fix that broken wheel, but not with Las Vegas. If you don't know, you right now, unfortunately, the Raiders is where you go to die right now. They are not going to be nowhere near third place in that division. You have to be better than Harbaugh's Chargers now, because this is the new Charger team. You now have to be better than, you got old boy with Bo Nix. There's a lot of great coaches in the. Have you actually looked at that? Look at the coaching branch in the AFC West. That's a lot Pete Carroll got to deal with. Two times a season for each team. That's a lot you got to deal with a Geno Smith and barely an offense and no defense. So what, you're going to tell me for the next 2-3 years, this is a building thing for them? Like, you want to get a headstrong quarterback in so that way you can get his draft replacement this year or next year? I'm confused. I'm confused at what the Raiders are doing. And look, all I'm saying is nothing for this team has changed since they changed locations. That's it. They haven't changed. So for fans that lost their team to another city, don't worry about it, because like there's nothing exciting happening with this team. And as of right now, I just have them at the bottom. What they need to do is pull their heads out of their behinds. They have to get some real management in there, some real scouts in there. The last scout they had was Henry Ruggs, and look what happened. I'm not saying that was just a weirdly bad accident, and I'm so sorry this kid took a life and lost his in the same, you know what I mean? But it's not been good since that. You had no business firing your coach. Like, he was there for a year. He was actually doing something. And it's just like, nah, we're going to do something new. You think Pete Carroll is going to come in here and save the day for the Vegas Raiders, or for the Vegas Raiders, when he has such a mountain to climb in the AFC West as it is? So, final words. Good luck.
My final words is, this was one of the best shows that we've done on R2L. Shout out to Josh Allen for finding a way to light up the comment section. And Joe, you can end it on that note.
Superstar, it's real quick. The superstar members, if you could.
Shout out to the superstar members. Shout out to Joe, Dave, myself, Teddy, Worm, Coach. Shout out to you, Coach. Cardo, Javon, Lamar, Giovanni, Chris, Decorius, Mike, Taniqua, and Tone. Couldn't leave before we shouted out our superstar members. And for all 51, maybe 60 plus people that are watching, maybe 200 people that are watching, make sure y'all become a member, because I'm telling you, it's about to turn up.
In the chats. Yes, it is.
Yes,
Coach, question you there.
Are they getting Prime?
Hmm?
Are they getting Prime Junior?
Who?
Raiders.
Find out on the next Dragon Ball Z.
Hey, Coach, make sure you in them chats. They're looking
Yes,
for
sir.
you. All right, y'all. That's what we have for y'all
Yeah,
today. We'll see y'all the next episode or in them chats if you're a member. Let's get it. Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.